gonna be doing this one a little bit differently. The first part is gonna be me just crafting up the meal. The second part is gonna be me actually eating the meal. And the last part, I just got done working out. And so I figured, you know what? Let me talk a little bit about my experience of working out when I'm in a fast. Maybe it helps you out in some way. That's what I'm trying out for this one. Because I'm trying things out and what I'm doing, this is new to me talking about my fitness lifestyle / what I do to maintain a weight loss and all this stuff. I am trying things out and experimenting when it comes to like how to portray that on video. If in any way one of these parts, part 1, part 2, part 3 helps you out in some way, or maybe you prefer more content on part 1 or part 2 or part 3, hey, let me know in the comments. I'm here for you. Anyway, one of these parts just seems to help you out better, or you would like me to go more into this or that, hey, let me know. For example, if for some reason you're like, man, that looks cool, make some more videos about how you design it, hey, let me know. I'm gonna first start by peeling this plátano. First, I'm gonna start cutting into this plantain. I don't know what's the right word for what I'm doing, but I'm gonna just say deglove. The next thing I'm gonna do here, I am gonna go ahead and cut it into blocks that are about yay thick. And when I say yay thick, I would say that's about an inch, a little over an inch. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of sea salt, some water. I'm then gonna put the plátanos in here, move that around here. This fancy spatula device that I got over here on this wrist. For right now, I'm just gonna leave this here soaking up for 10 minutes. I'm gonna go for that, put this off to the side. Now I am putting 100 grams of goat yogurt into the bowl. The next thing I'm adding here is 100 grams of goat kefir. And as far as like which exact kefir yogurt I'm using, these are the ones I got here from Trader Joe's. In case you never tried goat style kefir and yogurt, might be worth a shot. Next thing I'm gonna go for is, I'm gonna give 1 tip right now. If you ever find yourself doing fasting periods that are a little bit on the longer side, something like this, like a 4-day or more, my recommendation, just from me experiencing, what do you call it, the more compulsive behaviors that can stem out of us as people, right? I would highly recommend that you, ahead of time, plan out exactly what you're gonna eat. The reason being, right now I've gone 4 days without eating. Right now, as I'm making this food, I'm not actually hungry right now, believe it or not. I don't feel hungry. This is one thing I've noticed. Whether it's a 1-day, a 2-day, a 3-day, a 4-day, a 10-day, I've done a 10-day fast before. The more I progress through making the meal, basically the closer that I am to being done creating it, the more the feeling of let's eat starts to rise and rise and rise. Right now, since I just started, I feel like I could just keep on fasting. It literally feels like I could just go another day or 2 or another week. It feels like that way. But the more I get closer to being done, the more I want to start devouring. And my understanding, I don't have the exact science on this, is the hormone called ghrelin. My understanding is that ghrelin starts to rise the more that I am consciously aware that hey, there's some meal, that anticipation that I will be eating soon, that I think it's that very anticipation, logically, consciously knowing I will be eating soon. I think that hormone starts to shoot up. And as it starts to shoot up, my very thinking starts to shift. Right now I'm calm, but the closer I get to being done producing this meal, the more my state of mind shifts to a more animalistic, like, I mean that. And being able to have something already pre-planned out, you're gonna be able to minimize, or at least I've been able to minimize, overshooting too much. That's one thing I was suffering from a lot at first. I would make a meal, right, to break a fast, and the more I'd be in the middle of making that meal, the more I would kind of be like, I can afford that. I can stack one more thing in there, and then I'd be like, way overshoot. That's just been my experience. And on the record, 30 grams of brown flax meal, 30 grams of chia seed. That's where I'm at so far. I just now added 30 grams of tasty baking milk chocolate style cocoa chips from this brand right here. 30 grams of walnuts. I'm now gonna add 20 grams of this thing called Birch Bender's Keto Syrup Maple Bourbon, flavored with the other natural flavors, whatever that means. 1 gram net carbs, banana extract that I made a while ago. I'm gonna give this a shot. For this one, let me see. I'm gonna go for 3 teaspoons of banana extract. The next thing I'm gonna be adding here is 2 tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener, and I'm gonna show you here in a second which one I'm packing into this bowl, using this one right as of this moment. The next thing I'm gonna be adding in this beautiful bowl of love is gonna be 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder that just so happens to have this thing called maca powder mixed into it. The next thing I'm gonna be adding is 1 teaspoon of Corinth J cinnamon. Just throwing it out there. I'm now gonna go for 1 teaspoon of this thing called, I think it's pronounced acai. This is what I found over here. Now the next thing I'm gonna be adding here is 2 teaspoons of a type of tea that I put in a blender, and I just ground it up as much as I could, and I'm gonna show you the exact name of that right now. I got this off in this bag, but this is the exact one that I got. I put it in what is it, the Magic Bullet. Just grinded it up for a little bit. That's what I did. And so I don't know, I'm in the mood to try out some, how do you say this? Cherry rhubarb? Rooibos? I don't know. I don't know. Last but not least, I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt. Give it a little twang. That's what I'm gonna call it. A little twang. There we go. Boom. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just start mixing this up. Oh my God, that smells so good already. Oh my God, fuck, man. Jesus. I'm not just saying that just to say it. I'm really not. Like, this just smells so good. That's real, man. Tell you what, I'm gonna give you one more tip about breaking a fast. One thing I found, if I refrain from taste testing throughout the process of making that meal that you're gonna be using to break a fast, at least for me, it makes it way easier to be able to get through the process of making that meal. I say this because too many times in the past, I'll be taste testing, and the moment my taste buds taste some food for the first time in a while, it makes it way harder to stay calm, present in the moment, and to slowly make the meal. It almost makes you want to go almost on a binge, effectively. Versus if I just make the meal in one hit and I just have it all in that one sitting. Whether it's just this or those massive meals I've been making, I've just found that it's a lot easier to be more in control. Basically, don't tempt yourself before the meal's fully done. Basically, that's what I've been finding out for myself. You do you, boo-boo. You do you. I'm gonna go for half a teaspoon of the cocoa powder that just so happens to have this thing called maca powder mixed into it. I'm gonna go for half a teaspoon per side. And then I'm gonna get this thing at medium rare. I wanna say one more thing. Prior to me adding this, cocoa powder on the steak, I added salt. As a matter of fact, I added the salt. I then put this in a bag and I left it over in the fridge, basically, with the salt. So the salt, it's already soaked into the meat. So there is salt and cocoa powder. That's it. Now I'm really gonna disappear and just start cooking some stuff. I'm just kidding, I'm right here. So I'm gonna add some coconut oil. I'm not really measuring this. I'm just gonna put enough so that this wok has enough coconut oil. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna get the steak here in a second. And I got Mr. Steak right here. I'm gonna put this guy right. Boom. So right now, this is a gas stove, and I have it at level 5 right now. And then I'm gonna go for about 3 to 4 minutes on one side, and then I'm gonna turn it on its side for about 2 minutes. I'm then gonna do about 3 to 4 minutes on the other side, and then I may or may not let it rest. It just depends on just my feel, the mood, what I believe is gonna work the best at that given moment. And then I might throw it over to the side just one last time for like 2 minutes. That's how I go about it. Let's see. Eggs are looking pretty good. All right, let's see. All right, that's just looking like on one side so far. I'm gonna leave it for about 2 minutes just on the side over here. I just finished my steak. Next thing I'm gonna use this very same oils, this very same graveyard, and I'm just gonna put the plátanos right up in here, man. So I'm gonna go for is about 2 to 3 minutes per side. So about 2 to 3 minutes into this, I'm gonna flip it. Leave it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna squish them down and then slap them on this thing right back for another 2 to 3 minutes per side. So let's see how this goes. All right, I'm gonna give these bad boys the first flip. This is where we are at now. I did 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other. I then took them off. I just placed them here. And then I got this jar, then I just smashed them. And after I did that, I just put them right back over here. As of right now, I'm gonna go for about 2 minutes and then flip it about 2-3 more minutes. Now the next thing I'm gonna be adding here is some baby arugula. So I'm gonna add this much. Walden's honey barbecue sauce. Oh, cool. That was pretty quick. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Let's see how this goes. Now that I've gotten this mix to a point that I'm happy enough with, I am now gonna start adding the ring of eggs. Next thing I'm going to be adding to this is about a half a teaspoon so far of sea salt on the eggs. I may add some more. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can get enough to cover all of this. And I sure did. I'm gonna keep it to just half a teaspoon of that. And I'm gonna add something else. Let's see. What am I in the mood to experiment with? For our purposes, I don't know how you pronounce this. Za'atar. A-T-A-R. I'm gonna add some of this on the egg. I'm aiming for half a teaspoon. Let's see if I can get it all across as even as I can. I should be able to. Let's see how this goes. And that's it. Half a teaspoon of sea salt and then half a teaspoon of za'atar. That's what I'm going with. The next thing I'm gonna be adding here is some ricotta cheese. And let's see. Trying to keep it under spec here. I'm not trying to overshoot this too much. Oh, it's about to overshoot. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep it in check. Oh my god, wait. Trying to aim for 100. That's it. Oh, I got that in there. 100 grams of ricotta cheese, and I'm gonna try to make that just a little pretty. I don't want to make it so pretty that it takes me 20 hours to actually break this fast on top of the 90 something that I've already done. The next thing I'm going to put in here is some pickles, and let's see how much this comes out on the weight scale. And that's just a humble 40 grams. I'll tell you what, for shits and giggles, I'm wondering what the barbecue flavor with the arugula and all this stuff would taste like if I pair it up with some of the pickle juice, which would absolutely help with breaking the fast also. So I'm gonna add some pickle juice. All right, 50 grams. 70 grams of Fontina cheese. I cannot stress this enough. It is so tempting to just like take a quick bite as I make all of this, but no quick bites. It just makes the whole process so much harder to continue. Oh my God. That looks interesting. Oh my God, that smells like love. I'm not kidding. Now I'm gonna add me some platanitos over here. And there, slap it right there. One more. If I can get that right at oil in there. I just pulled this out of the fridge. Midget, cantaloupe, or melon. If I close them together, it'll look better. Make that 333, boom. This is 570 grams of midget melon. I'm gonna call it that. Mango. I have 330 grams of this. And you know what? I'll just leave these two over here. Next, star fruit, carambola. No, that's gonna fit just right in there. Tell you what, I'll leave them there for now. Boom, there you go. And Simple Mills pumpkin muffin mix. Brownie cake bread thing. That's where I'm at with that. Whippy whip. All right, time to start stacking some of this whippy whip. This can't hurt too much. I'm gonna go with that strawberries on this. Get some cherries and some blackberries. There you go. The ones that I put over here. Oh my God. Boom. This just got real interesting. 6 pieces of pitted dates.
Add some fig. Whippy whip on the steak. Scoop of this and add one good old ball. Call it. And there it goes. I am in the mood of adding some pumpkin pie spice on top of this bowl over here. I'm gonna do so far, I'm gonna aim for half a teaspoon. And I'm just, oh man, I think it's gonna add just the right amount of love in my opinion. And I don't know why, but now I'm in the mood to add some cocoa powder. You know what? I'm gonna add some cocoa powder to this, and it's going to be also, I'm gonna aim for, once again, a humble amount of half a teaspoon of some cocoa powder that just so happens to have some of that maca powder in there. And if this thing can actually move faster sometime today, I'm trying to keep it as even as possible. There you go. And now up next, I'm gonna be adding some honey, and I'm just ghetto adding this straight from the jar. I'm gonna aim for about 30 grams. Let's see if I can get that just right. Let's see. That's it. I got in here about 30 grams of, and I'll let you know the actual honey type, sage home here in a second. Let's see. Come on, get in there. There you go. There you go. Oh, you take it all. Take all that honey, please. There you go. 30, 30, 30. So a total of 90. What I'm gonna do here, because I want some honeycomb now that I see it in there. Let me see. I'm gonna get some of it out and try not to destroy it. I'll put a piece of honeycomb on that. That's gonna come out too. Wow, nice. A very healthy 40 grams of honeycomb. Now, I'll tell you right now, I love honey, but this stays being the messiest thing in the world to play with. If you've got a more intelligent way of playing with honey, please let me know. Anything that can help me get this sticky stuff to land on my food and not on my hands as much is greatly appreciated, because man, I just wrapped up part one. This is gonna be now part two, the actual eating of this monstrosity here. And so I'm just gonna start with this. Here we go. That piece of plátano with honey, with the arugula, with a little bit of a, what do you call it, the honey barbecue sauce on Walden Farm. I'm gonna tell you right now, the egg, having the salt and that za'atar seasoning sprinkled on it, this is so lovely, man. I'm gonna take a bite of everything here at once, or almost everything at once. I got a piece of egg, got a plátano, right? Got some arugula, some ricotta cheese. We got some honey glazed on that. I'm gonna take a bite to see how it goes. That is gorgeous. I'm gonna tell you right now, that is gorgeous. This time, I'm really gonna have a piece of everything this time. Got a piece of plantain, some ricotta cheese, some arugula, with a pickle, with the egg, and bon appetito. That's good. It's so good.
I just love like how good this tastes while being so relatively simple.
Oh man, especially the egg with that seasoning that I put on it. Wow, man. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna experiment a little bit. I'm gonna get some of this cashew butter and try it with an egg. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, what? What? Wait, what? Oh my. Oh, that's dope. Wait. Cashew butter and egg. All right. That's good as hell. All right, cashew butter and egg with some of the arugula. Yes. All right. Man, I'm gonna steal all this butter. I might have to put some more butter over here next time. I got a plátano with some cashew butter and an egg with some arugula. Oh my God, that's really good. That's really good. I don't know how it works. Hey, what? I'm curious. I'm gonna try a piece of star fruit or carambola with just the egg here. It happens to have some honey glazed on this. It's not bad, but there's no amazing fusion that happens. I just tasted the egg separately to the star fruit. So it wasn't weird, it wasn't bad, it was just neutral.
It was a neutral thing for me. Because I'm curious, I'm gonna slide a piece of melon on an egg and see how that goes. I consider that a little bit more special than the egg and starfruit. There was a similar sort of happy tap dancing happening, at least to me. Well, I'm now curious if what you call the cashew butter would make things different. Here we go. Piece of blackberry with some cashew butter, egg, and some arugula. That's interesting. It's almost like the cashew butter, it's almost like a translator or something. It's like the middleman that seems to kind of connect the flavors a little bit better. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful salad. Oh man. I'll talk a little bit about the salad here. One of the reasons why I choose the salad first as opposed to the other things is from a lot of playing around and trial and error, I've noticed that if I start off with the greens first and then the other things, I've noticed that my blood sugar levels spike from the meal. It seems to be less when I start with the greens followed by something else. I'm at a point where it almost doesn't even matter how much of a blood sugar spike I get from eating a meal. But the reason I care and the reason I aim to keep that spike as low as possible is because I've noticed that the lower the spike, the more I'm able to maintain clear thinking. The very clear thinking that I get when I'm fasted. I love being fasted because my mental clarity is higher. This mental brain fog is way lower. So if I can kind of keep riding that mental fogless state of mind, I'll do what needs to be done. And one of the reasons why I start with the greens is for that. I've done it the other way around, where I'll start with the more dessert, by the more meat, and then the greens. Not only can I tell a difference mentally, subjectively speaking, right? I track my ketone levels and my glucose levels. So I've tracked it objectively too. The numbers, there is a number difference depending on the order that I break a fast with. And it's one of those things I just always thought, well, it's always gonna end up in the same place, right? It is true, it is gonna end up in the same place. However, the order in which you eat the foods, once it gets to the place, the manager of the stomach, that manager down there, he, she, whatever, goes about business a little bit differently depending on the order that you give it the goods. Let me go on to, oh man, I want to rip into this, what do you call it? This cocoa powdered steak. This time it really is a cocoa powder on it. Let's see. Here we go. Just a steak with some honey on it. And, oh my God. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. Put some cocoa powder on a steak. Just give it a shot once. If you've never done it and it sounds weird, I know it would have sounded weird to me too. Give it a shot. Put some honey on it too. Put some honey on it. All right. Some steak with honey with a piece of melon. That was addictively good. The steak with a piece of melon. Oh man. But now I'm gonna amp things up. Steak, mango, melon. Oh my God, wow. Oh my God. That was good. All right, here we go. I got a piece of steak with a plátano and a mango. It's good. It's not amazing though. I almost prefer the fried banana with this combination as opposed to the plátano. But maybe I can make this more interesting. Hold on. Maybe if I put some whip on the plátano, maybe it helps. Let's see. Oh fuck, it does. Put some whip on that plátano. And then, oh yes, hold on. So I got some whip. I got steak, plátano with cashew butter. Let's see. Holy crap. What a subtle mix of love. Wow. I'm gonna try a piece of plátano with some cashew butter, some whip, a blackberry with a mango, and a steak. That's the one. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was so good. Oh man, I'm gonna try. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna go for a slam here. I got a blackberry, I got some whip, I got cashew butter, I got a piece of honeycomb, and then I got some mango, I got some fontina cheese, and I have some, what do you call that, steak. And I'm gonna try to get a piece of that plátano in here. And I'm gonna go for a big old bite and see what this combination of a bunch of things tastes like at the end of the day. We'll find out. You've gotta try that. You gotta try that. Oh God, man. You gotta try that. Oh my God, here. I've been neglecting the star fruit. Let me get the star fruit some love here. I'm gonna go for a piece of fontina cheese with some cashew butter, some whip, a star fruit, a plátano, and a steak. See how that goes. I put too much plátano on that last bite. I'm gonna do that all over again. Here we go. I'm gonna do that all over again. Some cashew butter, some whip, some steak, cheese, some carambola, star fruit, and a piece of plátano. Do that all over again. The plátano before it overpowered the whole thing. Let's see. It's not bad. I will say the mango / melon combinations have been way more off the charts, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's I don't know. It's almost like the flavor profile of the star fruit doesn't seem to dance along. It's good. It's just the other combinations I've done, they almost kind of fuse into this unique taste of what the hell. But I think I just found an interesting combination here with that star fruit. Wait a minute, I'm gonna do that again. Hold on. I got a piece of star fruit with a blackberry with some whip honey on this thing. That is crack. Oh man. Oh, star fruit, you're surprising me right now. Don't do that, man. I can't stress this enough, man. That's cocoa powdered steak is fucking crack, man. Oh my God. All right, piece of cheese with the cracked steak, with a piece of honeycomb, and let's see, blackberry. And, wait. Try some more. I'm making this up. Oh no, it's gonna fall apart. Piece of mango in there too. I'll tell you what, my final verdict on this side dish that I made over here, the blackberry, the mango, the melon, absolutely bomb in combination or single with the steak. The star fruit carambola, it's not bad. It's just the way that the flavors of that mix with like the other things, it doesn't really mix. The flavors stay separate as I was chewing them. Note to self and recommendation: try it out for yourself. I mean, get a star fruit and mix it up if you want. Maybe you like that more than some of these other combinations. Oh man, trial and error. A whole lot of trial and error. Now, oh man, this thing. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to dig. Man, I'm gonna move this out the way, and I tell you what, I'm gonna go straight down. Just tear all this up. Some yogurt in there, some whip, a little bit of that, what you call it, the pumpkin brownie mix thing. Oh my God. Oh my. Every guy got some the pumpkin brownie mix with a little bit of yogurt, some honey, some of that pumpkin mix thing. It's bomb in my opinion. Oh man. I'm gonna try some of this yogurt that I made. It has a little bit of whip on it. It almost has like a milk fudgy kind of a taste, but without being like overbearing fudgy. The whip with a piece of date. I'm gonna bring back the steak knife because a lot of these fruits are still frozen. Normally by the time I get to this, they're like more thought out. But these strawberries, man, here we got a piece of strawberry with some yogurt and a blackberry with some whippy whip, a little bit of honey on that. I'm gonna need this fork. Oh man, oh man. Oh, I'm bringing back the steak knife and the fork. That spoon ain't doing it. I got a piece of mango with some whip and some of the pumpkin. I'm gonna call it pumpkin brownie for now. It's just, That is sexy. Way too sexy. Got a piece of melon with a blackberry and some of the pumpkin muffin thing. Oh yeah. All right, we got some whippy whip. I got the pumpkin muffin thing. I got a piece of melon and a piece of fig, and I'm gonna go for that. That bag was crack. That bag was crack. Undisputed. This is so wonderful. I'll tell you what, here's something that's crazy. I don't feel a stretch yet. Normally by the time I get to around this part, I can kind of feel a stretch in my stomach. Right now, I don't feel a stretch at all. This is, I don't know. That's what I'm here to report. Oh man, I think I spoke too soon. Man, this melon or cantaloupe or whatever it's called with the yogurt, oh my God. I'll bring that spoon back now. There goes 8 pounds of food. It's quite a bit. On a 1 to 10. 1 being empty, 10 being super uncomfortably full to the point that I gotta just stay sitting down for a while and I gotta walk in a weird pose, right? On a 1 to 10, right now I'm at a 6 to 7-ish. 4 days into a fast. Just broken with like 8 pounds of food. And I'm able to very comfortably do a push-up. Said I'd rather not, so I'm gonna not go too crazy here. That's about it. That concludes part 2, and now part 3 is gonna start in a second if you're interested in more from a fitness angle. I just now got done working out at the gym. Right now, this is day 4 of 4 of a water fast, 4-day fast. And so for the workout, I did 3 sets of 10 push-ups. So I did that for pushes. I then proceeded to do 3 sets of 10 with a 15-pound dumbbell of seated bent over curls. No rest on that one. I'm gonna piggyback a little bit. 2-minute rest on the push-ups and then no rest on the curls with the 15 pound. I then proceeded to do 11 neutral grip pull-ups, chin-ups. I don't know what they're called within neutral grip. I did that. 7 of those pulls were in the form of singles, so I would do 1 every minute. The last 4 I did continuously. After that, I picked up a 35-pound kettlebell. I then grabbed what do you call it? A Bosu ball. It's half a ball, then half flat. I then basically stood with 1 leg. I put my leg right in the middle of the hard side of the Bosu ball, and I basically did what I think are called Romanian deadlifts. It's like a single leg deadlift with 1 kettlebell in my hand. Basically 3 sets of 10 for each leg. That's what I did. Right now, this is the 4th day of just water and electrolytes, and that's what I did for my workout today. That's part 1. That was the workout that I did today. Part 2, I guess I'm gonna title this Insights, Discoveries, Realizations about fasting / working out. When I first started working out fasted, it was a lot trickier to work out fasted. That's just my experience. The more I've been working out fasted, over time, slowly, the easier and easier it has become to actually work out fasted. I'm gonna make a claim here or a connection. I have all the tools
tools to like track all the vitals to prove this beyond reasonable doubt. But I believe that in me working out fasted and then eating, and me doing that for the last few months, I think I've been signaling my body or instructing my body via the very action of working out and then eating. I think I've been adapting my body a little bit more and a little bit more to the ability to not only use fat as fuel, but to switch over to using fat as fuel just a little bit quicker every single time that I do this. Only kind of evidence that I have on here is there's this book called Outlive by Peter Attia, MD, medical doctor, I think. The Wolverine guy or whatever, Hugh Jackman, I think that's his doctor. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't need to pull some, what do you call that one bias, the fallacy, the appeal to authority. I don't mean, that's not what's wrong with that, but I'm just throwing that out there for, let's call it, I don't know, purposes of, that's who the guy is. Introduction. Anyways, I was reading his book not too long ago, and I am spitballing from memory. I am driving, I'm spitballing from memory. I just got done working out, spitballing. There was something in there to the effect that I think it was like either marathon runners or cyclists or triathletes. It was one of those more endurance type athletes. It was something to that effect. It was found, discovered, measured. I don't know what tools were used for this, but part of the reason that whoever the group is are able to just keep going and going and going over time from all the training that they do, they've quite literally, quote, have become more and more efficient at using their own fat stores or their energy, whatever remaining energy that they have at any given moment during those events. They've trained their bodies in such a way where their bodies get better and better at running on that little bit of fuel left. That being said, although I haven't subjected myself to whatever measurements that those athletes have subjected themselves to while they're training and stuff, just from my own personal experience of working out fasted, I can tell you right now, it's become easier and easier to work out fasted, and my output, and when I say output, say my explosiveness, there you go. If I do like a push-up, if I go down slowly and then I explode on the way up, my ability to like explode on the way up, it's become better and better and better, even as I go deeper and deeper and deeper into a fast. It's like one thing that I noticed when I went on a 10-day fast and I was still working out, and I thought, wow. I worked out on the 10th day of a 10-day water fast, and my explosiveness, although not as strong as when I'm fully fed, right? It was still a lot more better and more explosive than, say, when I'd be deep in a fast a month or two prior to that undertaking. There's that. Those are my findings. Those are my findings right now. Let's see what happens.